What to do if there is intermittent nailing? There are 3 reasons for the malfunction. One is that the driver is bent or damaged. The second issue is the failure of the push nail spring. The third issue is insufficient air pressure, which causes the driver to not retract properly. Adjust the air pressure to 85 to 110 psi. First, open the exhaust cover. Remove the active valve cap, the up air conduit, the spring, and the active valve. Knock out the cylinder. You can see that the front end of the driver is already uneven. It will cause malfunctions. Just replace the driver with a new one. The inside of the cylinder and the O-ring of the cylinder should also be lubricated. Brush lubricating oil on the O-ring of the driver. Install the driver back into the cylinder. Elongate the driver. Then put the cylinder back into the gun body. Be careful not to install the driver upside down. The driver is divided into flat and chamfered surfaces. The chamfered surface should face towards the inside of the muzzle. Press it down with your hands. The O-ring of the active valve is also coated with lubricating oil. Put on the spring. Put this active valve cap. Brush lubricating oil on the O-ring, on the active valve cap. Then place the air conduit up. Note that the sizes of the 2 ends of the up air conduits are not the same. We'll put the small one inside. Press and hold the air conduit up by hand. Put on the exhaust cover. Then tighten the screws. Let's first remove the magazine setting. Loosen the screws of the big nail trough. Do not completely unscrew them. Generally speaking, the push pin spring here has failed. It will cause it to not be nailed properly. Now we need to replace the push pin spring with a new one. First, unscrew the last 2 screws and loosen them. After twisting it out, hold down the positioning plate slightly. Don't let the push pin spring bounce out. Take out these 2 springs. If the spring fails, replace with a new push pin spring. Install this new push pin spring. After installation, use this pick needle to press down the first spring. Cover the slot of the first spring with the orientation plate. Press it tightly with your hands. Then use a pick needle to press down the second spring. Translate the positioning board over. Directly cover the slots of the first and second springs. Simultaneously tighten the screws. Be sure to ensure that the orientation plate is tightly attached to the small nail trough. These 2 ends must be tightly attached. Tighten the 2 screws tightly. After tightening it, there is a slot on the pusher fixity. Move its slot up here. Add the 2 protruding parts of the push nail block here. Insert into these 2 slots. After placing it, check if the spring can move freely again. Insert it back into the big nail trough. Align the 2 slots here. Stick it in. Tighten the screws behind the big nail trough. Then install the magazine set back into the gun body. After the repair is completed, we install the nails. Check whether the nailing is smooth.